When it comes to this little thing that we call reality and live in every day, there's only two things that we can guarantee. One, that the day before game is gonna keep getting delayed and downgraded into oblivion. And two, that Call of Duty is gonna find some sort of way to queef out a new game almost every year. And Activision for sure didn't skip the year of 2023 because yesterday the beta for Modern Warfare 3 2 just got released and people have had their hands on the campaign of the game until the game's full release on November 10th. Now, this is the third game based on the Modern Warfare remade trilogy in the last 4 years, and it's based on the characters and storyline from the original trilogy in the glory days, and has actually, seen success because of the new live service style of gameplay that the multiplayer has adopted, urging people to buy the new skins. I mean, every game wants to be like Fortnite for a reason. But even though, Call of Duty is arguably having the most commercial success that it's ever seen right now, that doesn't mean that it's the same story as far as like public opinion among its players. You see, in these last 24 hours, I've seen nothing but a bunch of COD players just shitting on this new game in every way possible. Now, every new Call of Duty usually has its complaints, when it first drops, but given the price tag of the new games and the fact that this is basically a game that we've seen done before, the complaints people are making just seem to be more strong and way more prevalent, just from what I'm seeing. Not to mention that we've got short form content everywhere now, so you can avoid it if you try. So for, anyone out of the loop, I want to maybe help you understand why players are feeling this way and ultimately explain why Modern Warfare 3 is getting so much hate. So before we even, get to talk about the game itself, we gotta talk about the stigma surrounding the game before we even got to see a piece of gameplay, because it's like this game was destined to be hated on from day one. You see, many players didn't even consider Modern Warfare 3 to, be a whole new game because the game was found to be using the same game code as Modern Warfare 2 from 2022. So naturally, this set off the narrative that the game is nothing more than a $70 DLC more than, a new game installment. Not to mention the fact that you could carry over your skins from Modern Warfare 2. It's not a bad thing, but the fact that it's so easy to carry over the skins from a completely separate game just shows how similar Modern Warfare 3 is to Modern Warfare 2, on a development level. And even more recently, it was found that Modern Warfare 3 doesn't have its own platinum achievement on PlayStation, which is, achievement you get for unlocking all the trophies, something that all separate games are supposed to have. So because of that, they're really not beating the DLC allegations. So that's, that's all the negativity surrounding the game before we even got to play, in maps older than a lot of the kids playing the game. Now, we've got a whole new wave of hate spawned from the actual gameplay, as it didn't live up to a lot of people's expectations as far as the campaign goes. People have been sharing their opinion online, saying that the story was underwhelming as a whole and they didn't really have any, like high stake moments in the storyline that could compare it to the original Modern Warfare 3 game in 2011. Now, I personally watched the campaign gameplay last night because, I couldn't be bothered with paying 70 bones on the only game when I'd actually play in the game. They scammed me last year, I'm not going for that again. And, I personally enjoy watching the campaign. These new games always feel like mini movies, so, I find it kind of cool, but in my opinion, it still didn't do anything extraordinary that I haven't seen before in a Call of Duty game or, in a game in general. You could almost predict what was going to happen for the majority of the story. Combine that with the fact that the graphics barely have any, visual upgrades, and you've got a bunch of people feeling duped out of $70 and ready to pull a real life no rush on Activision Studios. It's pretty bad. So that's basically the state of Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty overall. Pretty much less focus on making new story content and more on, the live service aspect of the game, since that's what's making the money. It's the inevitable trap of, most multiplayer games in 2023, so, that's just what it is right now. Still though, there are people enjoying Modern Warfare 3, and if you're one of those people, I'm happy for you, Call of Duty is still a pretty fun game at the end of the day. But unfortunately, it seems like the hate is pretty much overflowing with this game, so hopefully in the future that can change and we can get more good Call of Duty games going forward. So what do you guys think about Modern Warfare 3 and everything that people are saying about the game? Feel free to comment down below. And as always, if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Now see you on the next one.